Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. Now, in the last few episodes, we talked about your budget and making sure that you're not expanding your lifestyle when we start making you more money. One of the things I want you to look at here is I want you to know when it's going to be time for you to take a break. And what I mean by that is this, okay? Everybody steps into this and they have a full speed lifestyle. And here we are, we're building $1 million roadmap and we're building you an online business, and it takes effort and you got to learn some different skills and it takes a different mindset. We're looking to get you out of where you are right now. We're looking to change your financial life, so to speak. And with all that being said, there comes a point when it's going to feel like you're getting overwhelmed. And at that point, I want you to be able to step back and just take a weekend away from everything. Forget that you're in business and just step away long enough to collect your thoughts, get refreshed. One of the things I had to watch when I was building my businesses in the beginning was I didn't know when to stop. And the reason was I'm a single guy, and I got to the point where I was working all the time on building businesses. And I'll be honest with you, it has paid off well for me. But what I didn't realize at the time is I was getting burnt out. And the problem that came with that situation was this. It's just like one day I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just so tired of it. And I was already successful at that point. So what I had to do, I stepped back and I took a couple weeks away from it, and I forgot about being in business, and I went out and did totally other things. And it kind of recharged my batteries, and it got me to the point where I was ready to start again. And then one of the things that I also noticed along the way was the fact that I was listening to trainings and audio recordings all the time. A lot of people that know me know that I don't watch TV. I don't even follow the news. And I have a couple key friends that they call me all the time. Hey, I just wanted to tell you about this or that, or, whatever the situation is, just so I'd be aware of it. And I've always said, if it gets bad enough out there, somebody will tell you. And that's true. What I used to do when I was working a job was I would let those people tell me, and they were glad to do it. I'd be like, oh, what's going on in the news? I'm taking training and I don't have time to follow that. But the point I want to cover with you is this. Don't let yourself get burnt out trying to get where you're trying to get. And I know that sounds redneck as far as trying to get where you're trying to get. But what it comes down to is you get so focused on the big dream. Oh, I want to get this built. When it gets to this income level, I'll take a break. Well, most of the time, you are going to need a break before you get there, because it isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. If you feel yourself starting to get burnt out, I want you to step away for a weekend and forget about what you're doing and come back to it on a Monday. Give yourself time to step away, enjoy your life, and then get back to it. I deal with a lot of people that they get so laser beam focused on building their business, it's like they forget about the rest of their life. And I'll tell you from personal experience, don't do that. The first thing you know, a year will fly by and you won't even realize it. That's just something to make you think. That's everything I have for this episode of the Money Wheel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.